If you're not using charts, house pricing charts, whatever charts, data charts, economic charts for your local area as a real estate agent, you're missing out. It's a really popular, in-demand type of content. It's visual, it's great on social, it's great in emails, great on blogs, whatever. The problem with charts is making them, at least until now. This video, I'm going to step you through two really the biggest AI platforms on the planet currently, where you can make charts in seconds. I'm going to contrast that to the old school way of making them, which is the reason lots of people didn't make them, because they were painstakingly slow to do and they didn't even look that good. Let's get rolling. So I've set up a prompt in ChatGPT, and you can see this is a very simple prompt. For Gary, Indiana, I want a bar chart. Here are the dates. I just made up these numbers. They're not actually real data, so don't take that as gospel there. And I do specify y-axis and x-axis and a title, and that's it. We're going to let that run. Now I did the exact same prompt in Claude, and look what it did. It created a really nice chart. I mean, this is great. Now, the problem with Claude is it will not download as a JPEG or PNG or something like that. It'll download as some HTML file. So the quick and easy solution to this is just do a screenshot. Boom, we're done. Now, what's really cool about this is, oh, okay, we didn't want all blue. Let's make it two colors, red and blue. Let's see what happens there. Let's take a look at our ChatGPT. Here we go. It's looking just as nice. But if you take a look carefully, well, that's running. I think Claude will typically do a slightly nicer job. There's just some little niceties in the style and design, and you can actually prompt Claude to make it look nicer. ChatGPT, when it comes to anything with visual, typically not going to be as nice. But one great feature I love about ChatGPT is if you need to create a lot of charts quickly, you can download them as ping right here. You just download it, boom. And in fact, you can load in data for, like, let's say 20 charts all at one time, and it'll create 20 charts and deliver a zip file for you to download. So if it's a volume play you need lots of charts quickly, ChatGPT is the best. We could prompt this, we could get some different colors going in here, but typically this pretty much did a good job right out of the gates. The design with ChatGPT is not going to get a whole lot improved. This is basically your typical look. We could prompt and say, now do line chart, which is going to work as well. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. It did not do it. So we're going to have to retry. Here we go. There's the original. There's that. Okay. The red is not showing, not always perfect. So, once you create the exact type of chart that you want, you've got your colors dialed in, you've got it exactly the way you are, then you create a Claude project and you put that in as your base instructions, and it'll go a lot quicker when you're doing that. And we got error now. Wow, look at this, doing this live. It's not really working out. Try again. We're getting Claude errors. This is actually not uncommon with AI. ChatGPT seems to be doing better. And there's our line chart. Now we could prompt this to change this color. We could add some colors throughout here, but essentially that's the chart we ended up with. Like Claude, you can create what are projects in ChatGPT. You can put your foundation prompt in there once you get charts exactly the way you like them, and then creating new charts just the way you like them will be much faster. Usually just basically a single prompt and adding in the updated data for each one. Let's see how we're doing here. We are not having any luck here. Look at this. Okay, well, let's contrast that with old school. Remember Google Sheets or Excel? You had to input your data. By the time I had the data input, it was already creating charts in ChatGPT. And we are going to insert a chart. And then you pick your chart. We can do line. Okay, so it does it pretty fast. And these aren't bad looking. You can customize all the colors here that you want. So that's pretty nice. We could change this to a bar chart if we wanted to. And then you can just download this as a ping right there, or PDF. So it's not terrible, but it's certainly not as fast as using ChatGPT or Claude. Well, we're getting kind of snaked on Claude today. I'm not going to redo the video because this is actually pretty good example of some of the little hiccups you can get with both ChatGPT and Claude. But here, we did get it. We could screenshot this. And if this would be our base prompt, then what I would do, if I wanted to create this, okay, this is my base chart, how I want it, the colors and everything's perfect. Then I would just say, Claude, write me a project set of instructions to always create the style. And then Claude will actually create the instructions for me. I create the project, it's in there, and then it's going to create charts even faster the next time. And you can do the same here. You can have ChatGPT and say, okay, ChatGPT, I love this chart for all house pricing data charts. This is what I want as a project. Write me a set of instructions. Boom, you're done. I'm going to end up with the last one, Canva. Lots of people use Canva. And Canva's cool because you can get a lot of good ideas, but let's get even more. But this is the most tedious way to make a chart. But on the flip side, you can get some really nice designs. If you really need a beautiful design, a really beautiful design, you may want to take the extra time to do it in Canva. Although I would really give Claude a run for its money because it can make really, like you could round these, you could do, you could add the numbers actually as data labels on top. You just have to keep prompting till you get it right. And I find basically it's a lot easier to prompt than it is to sit here tediously going through every little thing here. So we'd have to change the years. And then now I think this might be a spreadsheet. Some of these, I don't even use Canva charts really anymore because there's really no need, but sometimes there is a little type of really simple spreadsheet option. You can input the data and I'll do this. But the point here, I'm not going to beat this to death here. Canva is not your ultimate solution for charts anymore. It used to be a good solution, but it's not. Claude or ChatGPT is the way to go. Now, as a real estate agent, I mean, this is just one example, 5-year housing prices in Indiana. You can get rent price, you can get all sorts of economic data out there that's free from various sources, be it the census government, Zillow, Redfin. They all have reams and reams and reams of housing and market data that you can download, that you can use. You're going to get these massive CSVs and Excel sheets. And you know what? You just look for the data for your particular region, and you could crank out all sorts of visuals that you could post all over the place in your marketing materials every single month. And this is the sort of stuff that makes you look like a real estate rock star because you're actually paying attention to what's going on in your market. You can prove it with cool visuals. Thanks for watching.